It's your girl BUK Kawai on the BUK Kawai show. Hi everyone, how you doing? Hope you had a good day. Hope you had a blessed day. It's another Wednesday evening. You're listening to this on Wednesday. That's what I'm saying. It's another Wednesday evening. Hope you had a good day at work. If you're going to work, hope you had a good day at school. If you went to school. Um, so you guys will not believe what just happened. So I just recorded like this episode. I've recorded it already, but for some reason, this something not saved, and I'm upset. I'm upset. I was upset earlier in the day. I'd gotten past it, yeah. What made me upset was just adulthood, adulting, yeah. But at the same time, I'd gotten past it. And now this happened, I cannot cry. Because guess what? I'm recording this in the middle of the night. So I was about to go to bed. I just wanted to replay it. Say, okay, did this thing actually save? But it did not save. I cannot cry, guys. I cannot cry. But anyways, just because of the love of the pod and because I love you all. I love you all. You know what? You guys, just because I love you all, before I say what I want to say, I'm definitely recording this. So yeah, it is what it is. But I also wanted to say thank you so much for every single one of you that has been recording. I'm sorry, that have been listening to me, commenting, sharing, liking, posting. You all are the real MPV. Thank you for supporting this baby girl. Thank you, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And I pray that the Lord God Almighty would help you and support you in all that you do. Amen. Um once again, it's your girl BUKKY on the BUKKY show. How you all doing? How was your day or your weekend? Uh, my day was so we have some guys working in the house, working yeah, they're doing like some renovation in some part of the house, and you're having to navigate that. Having to navigate your space with random strangers is very uncomfortable. So yeah, that my day there was that part of my day. And also the part of my day where I had to do something really big and I was not fine for a minute. I believe me, I was not fine for a minute. But yeah, we'll talk about it some other day when we are finally able to talk about it. Um I wanted to talk about how much I smile a lot. You know, people that know me personally, if you don't know me, I'm someone that smile. I smile randomly. I smile in random cases. I smile just because. I smile not because I want to, but I just smile. I smile. I don't know. I just smile. Like not necessarily because I'm happy or because I'm sad. It really has nothing to do with emotion. It's just me smiling. And it's funny because how when I was a child, I was on the other aspect of the spectrum where I was frowning so much. I was frowning so much. Like I was frowning so much that somebody had to tell me because if you keep smiling this way, if you keep frowning this way, rather, you're not, you're going to have wrinkles on your face. And that was when I changed me. Like I had to change the fact that oh maybe like even as a child, it's crazy how even as a child I intentionally kind of rewired my brain to smile unnecessarily. Anyways, now I'm at the other side of that spectrum where I'm just smiling like frowning and at this point. I just they smile they go. I just they shine teeth they go. So I have a story to tell about. I don't. So what happened that day? So I was working in a new firm. I relatively just joined the firm. Maybe like I was like 2 months in or 3 months in thereabout. It was not a lot of time. And in my previous working place before I joined that team, we were working late. Like there are times that we are working crazy hours because advertising firm you always work crazy hours. We're working really late into the night. Most times we work till like 12, 11, 12, 1. Okay, but your weekends specifically for you in a sense. So I'd gotten used to that system. But in this new firm, and I was still trying to figure out my footing in this new firm, I there was a then they gave us a project. In fact, the first time, I think the first week I joined or something, they gave me a project and we were working weekend. I said, "Ah, what is happening? What is happening in this place? That's what that they do." Like literally, I was asking them, I said, "Ah, that's what that they do for you. Because why are you working weekends?" And like, I don't mind working into the night on a weekday. To be fair, I don't really mind it. But working weekend, it just rubs me off a different way. Anyways, this project that we're working on, I and another lady, or basically two ladies, but one of them was basically overseeing the project. But for some reason, I don't think. I think the lady reached out once, something like that, to me. But the thing is, and I didn't pick the call. Yeah, my bad. I didn't pick the call. But the thing is, the person that was actually supposed to do so somebody was supposed to do something first before I do my own bit. But the person had not done their bit, so I could not do my bit. So I was wondering why the lady was calling me woman, whatever. I was wondering why the lady was calling me because I'm like, this person had not done their bit, so why are you calling me? What am I going to do? And come one day, she was reporting to the basically the person that heads both of our department, my department and the other lady's department. And I think even our department. She was basically the guy who was heading basically all the department. And she was reporting and the guy now started raking that it was sharp breaking, talking to me, talking to me, talking to me. And to be honest, in my in my mental headspace, I was listening. I was paying attention. I was trying to understand what this man was saying and take to correction what he said because apparently, the work weekend for yeah, that was basically, and that was I was listening because that's at the end. Let me say like long story short, you guys working during the weekend, so you're supposed to be on your phone. You're supposed to be picking your calls, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. And I heard all of those things. To be fair, I did. But guess what? Do you know what the guy said? After me just thinking I was listening to my boss Rico, the guy said, "Why are you now smiling?" And it took me a minute to be like, "Smiling? I'm not smiling." It's like your face is smiling. I, I could not laugh. Obviously, I'm laughing now, but I could not laugh in that situation because I'm like, "Oh, I, I, I I did not know I was smiling. I had no idea that I was smiling. Smiling. When your boss is raking at you, I was not smiling. In my mind, I was like, oh my God, I have to hear what this man is saying and all that. But I was smiling. And in fact, that even made him more upset because it's like, this girl is not taking me seriously. But I was trying to say that, like, I'm taking you seriously, Oga. I know. Well, I did not say Oga, but because we don't do that here. But basically, I was trying to tell me like I'm not intentionally I'm not smiling because I want to smile. Like but obviously I didn't say all of this thing. I just allowed it yeah. But in my mind I was like in my own mind though, in that whole conversation, I was listening to you, like listening intently. And I was not trying to be mischievous or anything. But my face just I don't want to say trauma response, more like a default response of when people have like a normal face, it's their head. Mine is smiling, and it's God. See, it's irritating how much, and I know people say this to me a lot, but it really does is really, really like I've seen it so much play out in my life where somebody will be saying something irritating and my face will say it even before my mouth can like talk. My face has said it already. Like my face has said it so well, like so well that see, no be lie. I don't think if I like when I give birth, I don't think my kids will be like, oh, mommy cannot talk with her face because my face will say it so much. They will definitely know that mommy doesn't like what they are doing. Like clean. That's the truth. To be fair, but back into that situation, like I didn't know that I was smiling. Oh, I did not apologize because I didn't know. Like, but like I think I can't remember did I like it's not even there was there like an apology or like oh just go back to make sure you know how every day like client is always in an hurry to do something. Anyways, as a that's how I was like, oh my god. That even in this awkward situation, like I know that I smiled, but I didn't know that even like in an awkward situation I was still smiling. Because why was I smiling? It's not as if the guy was fine. He was not married, so I can say that as at that time. But now I think he is. But um it wasn't like I was really doing anything. Like it was not. I was not smiling because I wanted to. I was smiling. Now that I think about it, I was just smiling because it was like a default response to the conversation. Because I feel like I now know that when I'm like in an awkward conversation or conversation I'm not necessarily like okay with, or just in a place where I'm not necessarily comfortable, I just smile like I just smile because I just smile randomly, rubbishly, and I don't like it. I wish I can tell myself because I stop smiling unnecessarily. Well, as a child, I did it, but now as an adult, it's more difficult to work on on an habit that I as a child I intentionally changed, and it's really crazy. It seriously, it has also even made people think that oh, Bukola is just very happy every time. And the truth is, I'm not. I obviously, I I pray to be joyful because the joy of the Lord is our strength. But in terms of happiness, I don't think I'm always happy every time. I don't think I'm always happy every time. I don't think I'm always like, yes, I shine my teeth. Yes, I shine my teeth. Yes, um I'm jovial or whatnot. But it's not like, oh, because it's like an happy child and it's always happy. Even now I'm smiling, I'm not happy because I just lost the first recording that I did in this conversation. In like rather in this in like I did earlier. Now I'm re-recording and I'm smiling. You see, default setting. It's not. It's not nice. And I like I know that there are like some people out there obviously that they post pictures and they're smiling and they're shining and people think oh my god their life is perfect, but their life is perfect but not necessarily that their life is perfect. It's just it's a picture. I'm gonna smile. I'm not gonna frown in a picture. Who frowns in a picture? Do you get? But you have to. It's like even if I am that's why to be honest, this is not a shade to anybody, but I find it weird when people actually put camera and they're crying because I don't know how that works. I don't know how it works. I don't know. As me, I have a default system to be smiling and shining it up and down. So I don't know how that works in another perspective. But I don't know how it works. But I just like when a picture or a camera or a video or a phone is is what like someone wants to take a picture or a video of you. I feel like the natural state in somebody's mind is just to smile. And people just think, oh, and that's why Instagram, social media basically is very heavily created because people are smiling for the gram and they want to believe. And yes, some people might genuinely have a good life and they are showing it, and that is beautiful. And that in that moment, that is beautiful. But I don't think people should expect that every single moment of these people's life, they are always smiling. in that also like the way they are smiling on the phone or on the picture. I don't think that's I don't think that even really I don't not reliable. Reliable is not that makes sense because nobody's happy every single period, every single time. Nobody's happy. Even me that I'm shining my teeth like God knows what. I am not happy every step. I'm not happy every time. Do you get? And that's why. So my I remember my pastor usually say that when you want to get married to somebody, though he was giving an example in church and he was saying something about how when some people want to get married, they'll look at a sister in the choir and be like, oh, because she sings very dramatically, like hallelujah, for example, or like, oh Lord, I give myself to you. That kind of thing. Maybe like maybe the person is a very good singer and whatnot. And the guy in this case would say, "Oh my god," or he said it in two different ways. So the guy might be like, "Oh my god, I'm very attracted to her voice," and because of that, you think, "Oh my god, this person is a very amazing person connected to the heavenly realms because of the way she sings." And for the lady, like vice versa, for the lady, the guy might be, oh, he's speaking plenty in tongues, and you're like, ah, because this guy is speaking in tongues so much. You think him and God are conversing in like deep spiritual heavy wave conversations, but yeah, you need to like obviously dig deeper than the very surface thingy. In relating to that, that's how one guy that I met, well, not recently, I think sometime last year. Well, recently, because last year is quite recent. That was how this guy came to meet me and said that, oh, that he sees me smiling a lot. They really liked how I smile. I'm like, ah, thank you. And I said, oh, that can I collect your number? He gets. I shall collect. We shall exchange numbers and all that. And he was like, ah, then he called me one day and was like, ah, I really like the way you smile. Like, you just make me happy. I say, ah, when did I talk to Happy Bunny? Where does the way person happy? I thought with like, who does this person thinks he is? And like, I was like, guy, I'm not a teddy that gives you comfort when you want to call you or something. I'm just a normal human being that smile. He was like, I think I remember him trying to ask me a question that, "Ah, am I ever sad?" I'm like, are you normal? Am I not a human being? Like, is that a question you're supposed to ask? Like, obviously, I didn't say this to him, but I was just wondering, like, what's going through your mind? I'm like, whatever, Sha. I was trying to listen, you were trying talking, like, there was, like, we had multiple conversations. And I remember after, like, first, second, I think third, fourth, when the conversations that we had, there was something he said, and I was like, guy, no. Like, I changed it for him, and he was like, oh my God. Like, he didn't, like, it was so stunned that I I acted in another way. Like it was so stunned. It was more like I feel like in his head it just felt like, oh my god, this girl is happy and she's always just going to be like happy and she'll be making me happy and that's it. It was I felt like to him I was like a drug that kind of made him happy. So when I changed it for him, or when I remember saying that I don't think I'm in a good mood to have a conversation with you, it was so stunned. Like it was like he didn't express that to me, but it just felt like why would this gay not be happy? Like she's always smiling. Like every time I see her, she's always smiling. So why dare her not to be happy? Like, and in my head, I'm like, this guy has just like in his head, he has just think that oh, this guy is always smiling, always happy, always chummy chummy. And I'm like, no, it's not like that. Like it's how it works. So I just it just then made me remember that how people think that oh because you're smiling it equates to this person that is happy. No, I don't think that's right. And obviously I don't want to say sorry, but more like it's not my fault that because I smile a lot, he thinks that, oh, this girl is very chummy and very cute and just the shiny teeth on but like that. Of course not. Like, it doesn't work that way. That's not how real life is. If that's not how it works in your life, why do you think it works in another person's life that way? Where you think this person is just always happy every time. And as I said, I think everybody should have joy, because joy and happiness is a whole different conversation and it's a different thing. And everybody should have the joy and obviously the joy of the Lord. But when you think that somebody should be happy as an emotion, and I think emotion is not constant, emotion is not stable, it's very fluctuative. Do you get? And it's not something that somebody can hold on to and be like, oh, I'm in a happy state forever and ever and ever. Of course not. It doesn't work that way. It was just crazy to me when the guy was really stunned that this babe changes for me, sha. And like he was really, I'm like, you go there, all right, really. And since that day, we did not talk again. We did not talk again, though. We did not talk again because just like I'm like, yeah. I just I just feel like I needed to cut him off from that reality, because the way he kept talking, he just kept talking as if, oh, this girl is just happy and she makes me happy. I know. Like, come on. I thought you're an adult. That is how it is. Because it's just funny how people think that smiling is equate happiness, and it doesn't. So how do I ask this question? What is that thing that you just do just because, not necessarily because, oh, you're acting it, or you're like in a very, like, you just do naturally. It's not something that, it's just something that people say, that people kind of associate this thing with you. Maybe because now, for example, there's one of my family member because I don't think any of my family member is listening to this thing. I feel like there's one of my family member that default is one of my aunts. One of my auntie. And default is not to shout. She just be raising her voice in here to just rake. I just be rake. I'm like, calm down. Like, why are you shouting now? Calm down. Like, calm down. But she just be shouting. That's her default. And it's fine. Well, it has worked for her. We survived it. So what is your default? What is something that would say that, oh, this is my default, and people have probably like noticed this about you, they've made statement about it. It's not like, maybe it might not be a good thing, might not be a bad thing. I don't know, it doesn't really matter whether good or bad. It's not, that's not what we're talking about. It's just, what's your default thing that you do naturally? I would like to know your answer. And definitely, we've come to the end of the episode, and but before we go, definitely throwback song for this episode. And I'll be saving some songs to talk about. The Hello My Dear. 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 Go any by Dear. Go you by everyone. So basically, our throwback song for the week is Hello My Dear by D Bunch. Hope you guys enjoyed that. So, but obviously we're gonna do two. We can't just do one. Our body is shaking. We have to do two. See, guys. So I have a confession. I'm serious. I have a confession to make. So I love the fact that it's a very weird thing, and it's not weird because I okay, I'm shy, but it's not that deep, to be fair. But personally, I just feel like, okay, so I like Likesh, not like like you. I like his songs, but it's just more like, I don't think his songs are songs that, I don't know. For example, like, I there's a, I just feel like there are a lot of things I'm saying that without saying it, so you guys should get it. I don't have to like say it. Do you understand? But I really like his song. I really like his song. And to be honest, this is not even like a throwback, because if you are really talking throwback, like this song I'm about to say is not necessarily like a throwback. It's relatively like 2015, 2016, I guess. So it's not so much of a throwback. But I would just let me just push it in, yeah. And so this song obviously is from Lee Cash, and it's there's this particular song that I like. Auntie CD was sure with you. You know that I really love with you. Oh yeah, I hear this cash and I really love it. And it's I say it's well. You see my pocket, you gotta go. You get oh yeah, you get the song. Do you understand? Like the lyrics are not very. So and for someone like the Tish, baby girl, you don't want to be singing that kind of song, especially that kind of lyrics, yeah. But I don't know why. Like I kind of really like I just like the Cash, and I particularly like Basic Real by Lee Cash. So that would be our not so much throwback, but throwback in a sense, Basic Real by Lee Cash. And maybe because I had this there was a lady called CD Cat or CD we call her CD Sha or CD Cat. I think so. I can't remember her name. I'm sorry. But the thing is, we call her. I think her name is CD. Yes, we called her CD. She was a classmate at my school when I was I was in uni. So I maybe the song a lot of sometimes, and to be fair, the lady is not so much of a outgoing kind of person. She's a very she's a Muslim girl that she just does her things the right way. So it was just a lot of crazy out contrast where the person that really cares to singing about is CD, but this one is a very more jovial, outgoing person. Well, based on the video, to be fair. So yeah, that contrast for me just kind of made it amusing, and since then I've just liked the song because every time I sing about the song Auntie CD can what's wrong with you, I always remember CD. I always remember CD. So yeah, Auntie CD can what's wrong with you. Anyways, we had definitely come to the end of these episodes. Woo, woo. And I feel like I should throw in another song. I just have a feeling that I should throw in another song. And I love The Matter by by Wizkid. I don't know why I like that song because it's a rap song, and I don't really think I'm good with rap. I'm not really like a I don't really say I don't really think I'm like a music person. I don't really talk about the genres of music, whether slow or R&B, all of these things. But there are songs that, and let me know, like these are just songs that I throwback songs that I like because there are some going to be like crazy out throwback songs like Asha and the rest that we're still going to talk about in the future. But this particular song, The Matter by Wizkid, I love it. Let's play it. Yes. Oh boy, shy boy. They say you're back, but I said that do not see the way. They say they go draw me punch, but I said I know reach you. And fancy my job, but I did you cross my lane. All of my job, but I did you cross my. Yeah, back to be my top. Open and close, touch your toes, baby. Oh yeah. You get it. There's just songs that I just be like, oh, because you're not supposed to be associated with that kind of song. But yeah, I am. I am associated with that kind of song. Anyways, that will be the three throwback songs for today. Well, I think one is more throwback. The other two are like true, not necessarily back, but like true. Yeah. And we've definitely come to the end of the episode. But before you go, and I'm thankful that you've stayed all the way to this time, and I am grateful. Thank you for listening to me. I really do hope you have some comments that you've shared and you're sharing already. Thank you so much. And yes, before you go, like, share, comment, post, repost. If you see my post, repost. Just engage with me. You're supporting a baby girl. You're supporting a baby girl. You're supporting a baby girl. to support a baby girl today. Thank you so much. Have fun. I can't wait to hear your comments. I can't wait to hear your response. And I love you. See you next week. And we have a surprise next week. I can't wait to share it. Bye. And it's your girl, BUK Kawai on the BUK Kawai show. Bye. Have a blessed day. A week rather, or evening. Bye bye.